Live thoughtfully. So this is our homepage. You've probably seen it if you went to NatCon or if I've shared it with you. Here's a fact page that I'm going to be updating today as well. If you have any questions or comments, you can always contact me on the contact page. They're all going to my LinkedIn, so you know I'm real. Here you can click that, and then this is my profile, so you'll be able to see me, and then you'll be able to interact, and we can always chat about it. So let's go to the homepage right here. And if you want to go to Live Map, you can now. It's up here in the right corner, Live Map. This is best for web browsers right now. You can use it on iPad, but the search bar is going to be a little bit smaller. So the whole goal of this project is to be able to understand hyperlocal communities and be able to see this vibe in real time as a live behavioral emotional weather map that you can see spaces and also health barriers that may or may not be triggering you to live a certain way, right? So it's a very introspective way to be able to interact with people on a parasocial network platform that is highly or is fully map based, right? So here at the top left and top right, or top left, you have like the private button and then the public button, right? So those are the different settings you can have on the map. So if you want to privately put something on the map, you're free to do that. If you want to put something publicly on the map, you can do that as well. These are the different types of things or the different toggles you can have on the map. So you have the browse map. So anywhere you can click, move, drag, you can always click on things. You can click on markers, right? If you want to be able to add things to the map, you go into the add marker. Now the button looks like a crosshair. So the whole format is we're going to be able to do steps of selecting the marker type, which is going to be below. So we'll have different types of vibe, architecture, health, and then also being add other markers or add anywhere on the map. So for example, if I have a vibe and these are the vibes that we have, let's say I feel safe somewhere, I can add that to the map. Boom. Now it's added. And then that will last for 30 minutes. If you have a vibe that any vibe that's clustered, so we have it where it can be clustered. We can refresh that later. But then that will be clustered, and then that will be a peace pocket, right? So the goal is to be able to define space in 3 different categories. So you have places of peace, places of stress, and places of desire. And those are the different colors you're going to see. So here is an example right here. So how many peace pockets, desire zones, magnetic zones, and then also stress traps as well. So these are different vibes within those categories, and I'll go over those in detail in another video. Here are the different spaces you can have, and then here are the health barriers that you can have. Here's the search bar, so you can search anywhere that you'd like to go. So if I want to go to, let's say, even if I want to go to McDonald's, I can go there. We have navigation in there as well. So this functions just as well, if not the same, as any other map that's competing with Google Maps, Apple Maps, and Waze. It gives you turn-by-turn directions. If you want to look at a specific area and understand what the vibe is in that area, you can do that as well. So we can look at certain zip codes, and it can block it off, similar to how you see on Zillow when you're ever trying to purchase a home. Here you're able to filter through different settings. So if you want to see all different things, you can have all. You can just look at specific vibes. As you see now, you see the cluster that's there. You can just look at spaces, and then you can look at health barriers as well. These are the total number of markers that you've added to the map. This is where you have export. So if you have ideas of how you like to export it, right now it just exports in JSON, but we can always export to any other format that you like. Tell me how you'd like to show, how you'd want your data shown. You can clear all markers that you've ever put on with this button. There. Here's your profile section button. This is your emotional landscape. So as vibes are added to the map, they will dynamically change as you're looking at the map itself. And then these are all the spots that you've ever saved or added to the map. Real quick rundown of the profile section. This is where you're able to add a photo, add a little bio. You have your gamification level that you've had on here. This is your total vibe distribution that you've ever had for the totality of being on the map. We have the ability to have screenshots so you can analyze your space. We have vibes so that every 30 minutes that you're at a specific location, your location is saved. So we can contextually see where you're spending your time, what vibes are you around, what people are you around, what spaces you're around, and what health barriers you're around. We have the ability to have friends so you can see and compare compatibility of how you're doing in the real time and how you like to spend your time and where you like to spend your space. where you like to spend your time, what spaces those are. We have the ability to see friends live, see where their shared locations are, so you can always spend time with them. We have the ability to define architectural spaces, so really big on behavioral architecture, what architecture styles exist in your space, as well as how do those architectural styles impact your mood and your vibe and your hyperlocal communities. We have specific goals if you want to ever add them, so you can always add goals. If you want to build more social connections, the goal is then going to be able to push you into more desire zones on the map in real time. And if that's a big priority for you, we can have them low, medium, high. And as more things are added to the map, we'll be able to see, as we said, tracking your vibes every 30 minutes. We'll be able to see where you're spending that time and how aligned are you actually spending that physical time to those spaces that are meant to have for your goals. This is your XP setting where you'll be able to see anything you've added to the map. You get points for it, similar to Reddit. So it's not necessarily you're getting prizes in real life, but you are getting the respect and validity of being able to add things on the map so that you have more credibility and more say of why things are added to the map. And then on settings, we have the ability to have dynamic census data. So anything that you add in here will be private to you, but it's also going to be crowdsourced on a general scale so that we can better understand the map, or the map can better understand you, and you can better understand your communities. You can feel less isolated, right? The goal is to really help you develop a non-isolated, a new spatial narrative for your space. And that's what you're able to do here. We have big plans to be able to add more biometric data, so you can also filter in things like that to this really cool parasocial network platform that is very map focused. So that's a quick rundown of everything that we have on the map. I'm going to post this video on the main page, and this video will change just about every day as we're updating and adding more things. So I'm going to be showing a lot other demos of how these features work also on the YouTube channel, so check that out. If you have any questions, feel free to always contact me. So I appreciate you. I'll see you in a bit.